We look at part C here. Okay, part C, the probability of Z less than K is 0.3869. Find the Z score. Now, first of all, you must determine where is the K. The K is positive or the K is negative. Then only we can proceed. So, probability less than K, we shade the left-hand side. This is probability less than K. This is probability less than K. Now, which of the two graphs below shows the correct value of K? The top one or the bottom one? Jia Yan, top.
The below.
Yes, below. Why below one? Because you look here. The probability is less than 0.5. If it is the top one, the area is very big. It is exceed the middle line. So this one is more than 0.5. Less than 0.5 should be this one, right? Less than 0.5 should be this one, right? So show picture. So I say that the top one is wrong, the bottom one is correct. Now if the bottom one is correct, that means our value of K is negative. Our value of K is negative. Right, like just now like that. Our value of K is negative. But it's negative, we cannot find from the table. We have to find the corresponding positive value of K. Okay or not? If it is negative, if the K is a negative number, we cannot find directly because our table, all the Z values, they are all positive. I cannot find. So how to find? I show you, right? So this is the lower tail. This is the lower tail. And our table won't show you the lower tail. Our table only show you the upper tail. And not all upper tail, only the positive upper tail, the positive side. Okay, so we have to change it to its equivalent in the upper tail. What is the equivalent of this probability on this side? That is to say, I have to find, let's say somewhere here, like that. If this is the probability, right? If this probability here is how much? 0.3869. I would like to find what is the probability of here, which is also 0.3869. This one, 0.3869. Okay, I want to find the equivalent on the right hand side. So we know from the graph that the K is negative. Our K is negative. But we want to find the corresponding positive value of K. We want to find the corresponding positive value of K. We know that probability of Z less than K is 0.3869. This is the question, right? So actually by symmetry, the corresponding value of K on the upper tail is 0.83869. We find from the table the corresponding value of K, not the actual value of K, right? So we go to the table here and we try to find. Okay, so this is one. Probability of Z greater than negative K is 3869. So you look at the table here. Which one lies between which two numbers? 3869, it lies between two numbers. What are the two numbers? Can you see from here? Can you see clearly from your screen or not? My screen here is very clear. Your screen clear or not?
Yes, teacher.
Yeah, between what value is it? Between what value? 3897 and 3895. Here. 3897, 3895. Our value is 3869. It means our value is 69. 69 lies between 97 and 59. Correct? Correct. So how to read the table, right? How to read the table. You know already why I must choose this 3897, the one on the left hand side. Easier, right? So we choose 3897. So the difference between here, the difference between 3897 and 3869 is 28. 28. So I look behind and see whether got 28 or not. No 28. The nearest number is 27. So I choose this lah, 27. The corresponding value is 7. The corresponding value to this 27 is 7. So now I'm going to read to you the probability, no, the z-score. The z-score is 0.287. 0.287. So bear in mind, we always choose the number on the left-hand side. You don't just choose one number first. You want to choose the number is between two numbers. You can see the two numbers clearly, then you choose the left-hand side. You don't look for one number. You look for one number, then your mata say wrong, then you get all the all the wrong numbers. You choose two numbers first, and then decide on the number on the left-hand side. Don't look for one number. Look for two numbers, between two numbers. Okay, this one is from my experience. You have to look for between two numbers, then decide on the left. You see this number, you look for one number, then you may see the wrong number, right? So answer is how much? 287, 0.287. So come back. What is the number? Number is not 287 but negative 287. 287 is the corresponding value in the upper tail, but we want the lower tail. Lower tail, it should be negative. That's why from the table we have to use some logical reasoning to decide whether it's a positive k or negative k. So all the four four examples that I've shown you is because of the table. Then we cannot decide whether the k is positive or negative. So I show you these four examples to let you know sometimes we find the positive k, but we have to switch to the negative value. But sometimes we find the positive k and we just leave it as positive. Sometimes we have to switch to negative. So the two examples at the center there shows you why we have to switch to negative, because of that probability. Any question?
No, teacher.
No. Shervin can follow or not? Shervin, you just came in only. Can follow or not? Okay, we go on to the last example. The last example, the probability. Oh, I close all this first. Okay, right. Now, in the last example, the probability of z less than k is 0.6453. Probability of z less than k 0.6453. Yeah. Okay. So now I want you to decide whether the k is positive or the k is negative. Less than, right? So I mark two k's here, one positive k and one negative k. So because the question say less than, so I shade the less than. Now you decide and you tell me which of the graph is correct, the top one or the bottom one.
Top.
The top one is correct, right? Why is it that the top one is correct? The top one is correct because it is more than 0.5. Then the probability given here is more than 0.5, right? More than 0.5. And this one shows me more than 0.5. Right? This one shows me less than 0.5. So I pick the top one. So the top one is correct. The top one is correct. If the top one is correct, what is the value of k? Positive or negative? Top one is correct, that means our k is positive. When you find from the table, then you want to write down the answer that time, you write a positive k. Right? If it is like B and C, we have decided it's negative. We find from the table positive number. When we come back to the question, you put a negative in front. Put a negative in front. Okay, right. So, okay, we have decided that the k is negative, positive, sorry. Now, this is the lower tail. Go to the left-hand side is the lower tail. So we have to change to its equivalent in the upper tail. So what is the equivalent in upper tail? So the probability of z greater than k is 1 minus 0.6435. So if this shaded part is 6435, then this part is 3547, right? 6453 is this part. 3547 is this part. So we change like that. Now, why we want to change it to the upper tail? Because our table always gives the upper tail. So whether they give us the upper tail or lower tail, we have to adjust it to the upper tail. Right? Then only you can look at the table. So I have adjusted it to the upper tail, and it is 3547. So look here, 3547, right? Okay, 3547 lies between two numbers. What are the two numbers? 3547 lies between two numbers. What are the two numbers? The two numbers, they are 3557 and 3520. If you don't want to read so many numbers, you read the last two numbers. Last two numbers, 47. 47 lies between 57 and 20. Correct lah. So the two numbers that I have chosen is correct. There is a center number. So of these two numbers, 3557 and 3520, which one must you choose? Shervin, which one you want to choose? 3557 or 3520? Both also can. One is more difficult, the other is easier. Who are we going to choose? We choose the number on the left, 3557. So 3557, what is the difference with our number 3547? 3557 minus 3447 is 0.0012. 10. 0010, I just read it as 10 lah. So I just read it as 10. So I go at the back and look for the difference. The difference, no 10 there. No 10. Nearest number, 11. So I choose 11. The corresponding number is 3. So the number k is what? 0.373. Correct. 0.373. So we go back to our here. So the answer is 0.373. Do you need to add a negative in front? No need, right? Because the k, we have decided that the k is positive. Only for the case B and case C, we have to add the negative in front. So answer, the Z score is 0.373. Any questions so far? Do you know how to find the table? Any more thumb? Okay. The others? Others can or not? Can? Two more girls? Do you know how to find the table? Chen Tong and Sherwin can find the table. Cannot. Never mind. Cannot, then you look at the examples, more examples. So this is the 4 different examples that I've given you, right? The 4 different examples. you are going to apply what I've